Before we add further information to our email template, we want to connect our contact HTML page to Email.js using the software development kit that they provide. When we have a look at our test Rosie template window that we have open here, we can see that there is some JavaScript code. It calls email.js.send, and then it has Gmail, which is the ID of our service, and Rosie, which is the ID of our template, and then it has an empty object. Now remember this code because we're going to come back to use this later. As we can see when we close this window down, Rosie is the ID of the template that we've just created. So we can save that, and when I've saved it, we can now click on the Docs link up in the top right-hand corner, and then go down to the JavaScript library and click on Installation. And this will tell us how to get the Email.js SDK up and working. As we can see, it says to start using Email.js, just paste the following code snippet before the closing head tag with the correct user ID. And then it tells us where we can get our user ID from. Firstly then, let's copy this code and do as it says. We'll go back over to Cloud9, open our contact HTML file, and then paste this code in before the closing head tag. You can then use Ctrl-Shift-B on a PC or Command-Shift-B on the Mac to indent your code correctly. Now that our formatting is nicely sorted, we can see here that we need to get our user ID. It says we can get this from the instructions page in the Email.js dashboard. So click on Open Dashboard, go down to the instructions page, and we can see that our user ID is here. So we can copy that, go back over to Cloud9, and paste it into our email.js.init method. And this is just to make sure that we have a valid Email.js account for sending emails. Okay, now that our user ID is in place, let's go back to the instructions and have a look at the simple example. You'll recognize this because this is email.js.send, the same example code that we had when we were looking at our template test. So we'll copy that and paste it in. Remember when we were sending test emails that our service ID is Gmail. Our template ID is Rosie. The object this time has some information in it, so I'm going to set the name to Aaron. And instead of the notes that say, check this out, I'm going to say the project that I want is. Okay, so we can save this. Now at the moment, this is a self-invoking function, so as soon as the page is refreshed, this function is going to be called. So when I refresh the page, and then go back over to my email, I should have an email that's been sent. And as you can see, I have another project request email. So we know now that our contact HTML page is properly linked to our Email.js service. In our next video, we're going to add some template parameters to give that email some content.